Hello again, students. As you can tell, Anubis's trick still hasn't worn off. But we will continue. Welcome to another edition of Hostile History, where history hostile. Today, we're going to talk about the golden age of India during the Gupta Empire and their achievements. Our clear target: I can identify the long lasting intellectual traditions that emerged during the late empire, the Gupta Empire of ancient India, including medical education, medical techniques, and mathematics. For example, Hindu, Arabic numerals. Update your packet. Update your packet. The legacy. In ancient India, religion and art spread to other parts of Asia. Indian culture continues to influence our modern world today. What is the spread of culture called? How did it usually happen in the ancient world? And what is the primary way that Indian religion, art, and ideas spread? Do you remember cultural diffusion? Cultural diffusion is how cultures spread. Two cultures meet and they take ideas from one culture and put them into the other culture and vice versa. And it usually happens during trade. Update your packet. Indus script has never been translated. Sanskrit was a complex written language. The Vedas were written in Sanskrit, still used in traditional rituals today. Indian arts flourished. Architects erected gracefully designed temples, artists painted murals and sculpted statues, many of which had religious subjects. A playwright named Kalidasa wrote plays and poems in Sanskrit. His most famous play is about a young woman named Sankutala. These plays are still performed today. The arts of India have strongly influenced the world. In many Southeast Asian nations, people perform plays based on the ancient Sanskrit epic of Mahabharata. The Bhagavad Gita has also been translated into many languages as in read around the world. Ancient Indian artists developed visual symbols to show the Buddha's holiness. These symbols include features such as top knot of hair, that is, the knot on top of the head of the hair. Artists have used such symbols to portray the Buddha ever since. Fun fact: the laughing big old fat Buddha is not what believed that he looked like. He is a symbol and reminder of the joy and happiness life offers. Metallurgy, update your packet. Not sure it's on page 7, but update your packet. They mastered the use of iron. Iron pillar has never rusted. Earliest creation of zinc was found in India, used to make tools, art, jewelry, and weapons. Here's the iron pillar that's never rusted. Indian artisans developed advanced methods of metallurgy. In Delhi, a 23-foot iron pillar was erected around 400 CE. No other people were able to manufacture such a large piece of iron until at least 1,000 years later. Unlike most iron, the pillar has resisted rust for 16 centuries. One possible explanation is that the iron pillar contains more phosphorus than most iron does. As a result, a protective coating formed on the surface. Mathematics, update your packet. Again, not sure it's page 7, but get it updated. The invention of zero made. Oh, it wore off. Whew. It's nice to be back. The invention of zero made modern math possible. They invented that in ancient India. They created the decimal system. They estimated pi. They invented the symbol and concept again of zero. Numerals were used today. Numerals we use today, boy, English is hard, especially when you've recently been an elephant. Numerals we use today were adopted from Indian numerals. Math and science. Indian scholars invented the numeral system we still use today. They developed the decimal system and the symbol for zero. Ancient Indian mathematicians also estimated the value of pi. Pi is a number that is used to calculate the length of a circle's boundary. And why are these achievements in math so significant? Because without them, you wouldn't have modern math. Ha! The numerals we use originated in India. People in India have been using the numerals from 1 to 9 for more than 2,000 years. Arab traders brought these numerals to the West. As a result, we call them Arabic numerals or Hindu Arabic numerals. The number symbols for 1 to 9 are used to create all other numerals. And then they invented zero, which made modern math possible. They practiced plastic surgery. They repaired noses. They practiced dentistry. They drilled teeth and fixed cavities using a fire bow. Yeah, it's a lot like what it sounds. It's a bow with the string, and it has a piece of wood on it that could be lit, and they move it up and down, move the drill back and forth to get the bow to go up and drill to go up and down and drill the teeth. Cavities were often filled with gemstones or precious metals. Emphasized natural healing with diet and exercise, called Ayurvedic medicine. Developed inoculation practices or vaccines by exposing people to small amounts of diseases to help them build immunity. It was a common practice in the Far East in ancient times deliberately to expose people to smallpox, usually to a mild form of the disease. Two places in particular have been suggested as the original birthplace of inoculation: India and China. In China, written accounts of the practice of insufflation, blowing smallpox material into the nose, date to the mid 1500s. However, there are claims that inoculation was in use many hundreds of years before this in ancient India. This passage shows that inoculations were used in ancient India to help people develop immunities to disease. And with that, we've concluded the Golden Age, the Gupta Empire, and Indian achievements. I hope that you keep studying your history and keep being your own historian.